should be live. I think we are live. Okay, folks, welcome to Gamcast for Tuesday evening. We're here tonight to talk about why illegals are not entitled to quote-unquote due process. It's really not that complicated, but the left is trying to make it so. Here's a typical thing you see. Stephen Miller tweeted out about the right of due process is to protect citizens, and he's right. And a lot of people on the left, this guy, Project Liberal, have no idea who he is, says, quotes to the 14th Amendment, says all persons, no but deprive any person. And here's the key language: nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Check the 5th Amendment. We just read the 14th. 5th Amendment says the same thing. Nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. What's going on here? Okay, it's very simple. Very simple. You can't be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, regardless of who you are. Persons that have life, liberty, or property interest must be given due process. Here's the problem for the illegals. Okay, let's go back to this tweet about the 14th Amendment from Project Liberal here. Circles person, person, person. What he's implying is, well, it doesn't say citizen, so they get it. Sure they do, but let's go back to the point. Life, liberty, and property. What life interest do you have? Not involved. What property interest do you have? They have none. They have no right to be here. What liberty interest do they have? None. No one's trying to deprive them of liberty. It's mainly a property right, okay? Now, what if you're not here illegally, but you're here on a visa? You came through the passport entry part, and you got a visa. Well, then you'd have a property interest, a visa. Now, it's not a lot of one, right? What if they're going to deprive you of life, like sentence you to death? You get a ton of process then, okay? This has nothing to do with citizen versus uncitizen. And just so you understand, the rhinos are on it too. Here's little corporate Eric Erickson, who will do anything for the corporate money, for the elites. It is well established that the 5th Amendment entitles aliens to due process of law and deportation proceedings. Sure, if you're going into a deportation proceeding, whatever process has been established, if they want to give it to you, sure. But these people that they're talking about, they're being prosecuted on the Aliens and Innocent Act. They're not here legally. They have no, they're the equivalent of an invading army. You have no due process rights. You get taken. Now, if you wanted to, I'll finish with this and I'll finish up. If they wanted to lock you up for being here illegally, then they'd be taking your liberty. They'd have to give you more due process. Not as much as a citizen, but more. Anyway, if you enjoyed this content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you do, you'll see me on the next one.